In the shadows of failure, an empire was born. Fired at 49, Bernard Marcus built a retail revolution. Discover how Home Depot became a powerhouse. What if I told you that getting fired from your dream job could be the best thing to ever happen to you? Bernard Marcus, the man who built the Home Depot empire, was once an out-of-work executive with no clear path forward. Yet he turned his rock-bottom moment into a billion-dollar success story. How? By redefining the American shopping experience. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know how he did it, but also discover how his strategy could apply to your own dreams of success. Bernard Marcus wasn't born into wealth or privilege. He grew up in Newark, New Jersey, the son of Russian Jewish immigrants. His father was a carpenter who struggled to make ends meet, while his mother worked tirelessly to support the family. Life wasn't easy, but it taught young Bernard an invaluable lesson. Hard work and perseverance could overcome any obstacle. Newark in the 1930s and 40s was a challenging environment for working-class families. The Great Depression had left its mark, and for immigrant families like the Marcuses, opportunities were few and far between. Bernard often watched his father come home from long days of labor, his hands rough and calloused from woodworking. Despite the hardships, his parents instilled in him the importance of education and ambition. No matter how little we had, Bernard once said, "My mother always told me that education would be my ladder to success." As a young boy, Bernard helped his family in any way he could, whether it was running errands or working small jobs to bring in extra money. He quickly developed a strong work ethic, a trait that would serve him well in the years to come. His mother, a determined and resourceful woman, was particularly influential. She encouraged Bernard to dream big and not let their circumstances define him. She used to say, "You're going to be somebody, Bernie," he recalled. Even at an early age, Bernard displayed entrepreneurial instincts. He would shine shoes, deliver newspapers, and even sell snacks to classmates, always looking for ways to make a little extra money. These early ventures might seem small, but they planted the seeds for a mindset that valued resourcefulness and initiative. Despite the family's financial struggles, Bernard excelled academically. After high school, he earned a scholarship to Rutgers University, where he initially studied to become a pharmacist. Pharmacy might seem like an unusual starting point for someone who would go on to revolutionize retail, but it was a choice rooted in practicality. The profession promised stability and a steady income, something that was important to a young man from a struggling family. At Rutgers, Bernard quickly realized that pharmacy was more than just mixing prescriptions. It was about helping people, listening to their needs, and providing solutions, a form of customer service that resonated deeply with him. He enjoyed interacting with customers and solving their problems, skills that would later become central to his success. However, as much as he appreciated the human connection, he felt limited by the confines of the profession. There was a spark of ambition in Bernard that couldn't be contained by a pharmacy counter. After a few years in the pharmacy field, Bernard began to feel restless. He wasn't content with just having a steady job. He wanted to make a larger impact. Retail offered the perfect opportunity. It combined his knack for understanding customer needs with his entrepreneurial spirit. Bernard transitioned into retail management roles, starting at the ground level and working his way up. His first major breakthrough came when he joined the home improvement sector. Bernard quickly discovered that this industry was ripe for innovation. At the time, most hardware stores were small, independently owned shops with limited inventory and inconsistent customer service. Bernard saw an opportunity to create something better. A large-scale store that offered everything a customer could need, combined with expert guidance to help them achieve their goals. Bernard's big break came when he became the CEO of Handy Dan, a regional chain of home improvement stores. Under his leadership, Handy Dan grew significantly, and Bernard's reputation as a retail innovator began to take shape. However, success came with its own set of challenges. Corporate politics at Handy Dan were brutal, and Bernard often found himself at odds with board members and investors. Despite his contributions to the company's growth, he was unceremoniously fired in 1978. For most people, getting fired from such a high-profile position would have been devastating. But for Bernard, it was a turning point. He later described it as the best thing that ever happened to me. Losing his job forced him to reevaluate his goals and gave him the freedom to pursue his own vision. Shortly after his firing, Bernard crossed paths with Arthur Blank, a colleague who had also been ousted from Handy Dan. The two men shared a vision for what a home improvement store could be, a massive, warehouse-style space with a vast selection of products, expert staff, and competitive prices. It was a radical departure from the traditional hardware store model, but Bernard and Arthur were convinced it could work. Together, they began sketching out their idea, refining it into a business plan that would eventually become the Home Depot. Bernard's experience in retail, combined with Arthur's operational expertise, made them a formidable team. However, they knew that bringing their vision to life would require more than just a great idea. They needed funding, partnerships, and an unrelenting determination to overcome the obstacles ahead. In 1978, Bernard and Arthur secured funding from investment banker Ken Langone, another believer in their vision. With their combined resources, they opened the first two Home Depot stores in Atlanta, Georgia, in 1979. But, success didn't come overnight. Those early years were fraught with challenges. The stores were cavernous and often half-empty, with inventory spread thin to make the space look fuller. The design of these initial stores presented a logistical nightmare. Bernard and Arthur found themselves personally arranging shelves and overseeing day-to-day operations to make the stores presentable. They painted shelves, organized products, and even handed out flyers to attract customers. Their hands-on approach wasn't just a necessity, it reflected their commitment to their vision. They believed in leading by example, and their determination inspired their early team to give their all. But even as they struggled with store operations, another challenge loomed: public perception. Most customers had never seen a warehouse-style store before and found it overwhelming. Competitors, on the other hand, dismissed the concept as impractical, believing Home Depot couldn't compete with traditional mom-and-pop stores or larger chains like Lowe's. The odds seemed stacked against them. What truly set Home Depot apart during these early days was Bernard's unrelenting focus on the customer experience. He and Arthur made it their mission to train every employee to be a product expert. Bernard famously said, "We're not selling products, we're selling solutions." This approach created a culture where employees were encouraged to go above and beyond, whether it was helping a contractor troubleshoot a project or teaching a DIYer how to tile a bathroom floor. To add to this, Home Depot implemented a groundbreaking initiative in-store workshops and seminars. These classes attracted hobbyists and professionals alike, turning the store into a community hub. Customers weren't just buying products, they were gaining knowledge and confidence. This approach was unheard of in the industry and gave Home Depot a unique edge. Bernard also understood the importance of pricing. He negotiated fiercely with suppliers to buy inventory in bulk at significantly reduced costs. By cutting out middlemen and leveraging economies of scale, Home Depot could offer prices that competitors simply couldn't match. This aggressive pricing strategy resonated deeply with customers, especially during the recessionary periods of the early 1980s. But low prices alone weren't enough. Bernard invested heavily in building an efficient supply chain. He pioneered techniques that allowed Home Depot to stock a wider variety of products and maintain inventory levels across its expanding network of stores. This operational efficiency not only saved costs, but also ensured customers could find everything they needed in one place. By the mid-1980s, Home Depot had become a household name in the southeastern United States. The company's decision to go public was a game changer. The initial public offering provided the capital needed for rapid expansion. Within a few years, Home Depot had opened dozens of stores across the U.S., targeting key metropolitan areas. Their strategy was clear: dominate the market through scale, service, and innovation. Bernard didn't stop there. He recognized the potential of television advertising and launched one of the first major ad campaigns for a home improvement retailer. These commercials highlighted the expertise of Home Depot staff and the unmatched value the store offered. The messaging struck a chord with viewers and further solidified Home Depot's reputation as a customer-first company. As Home Depot grew, so did the competition. Rivals like Lowe's began adopting similar strategies, but Bernard's leadership ensured Home Depot stayed ahead. He introduced new product lines, enhanced store layouts, and doubled down on employee training. Bernard's ability to adapt to market demands and outthink competitors kept Home Depot at the forefront of the industry. By the late 1980s, Home Depot was more than just a retailer. It was a phenomenon. The company's annual revenue exceeded $1 billion, and its influence extended far beyond retail. Bernard Marcus had proven that a bold vision, combined with relentless execution, could turn a fledgling idea into a global powerhouse. By the 1990s, Home Depot was not just a store, it was an institution. Bernard Marcus had created a retail experience that resonated with both professional contractors and weekend DIYers. Today, Home Depot boasts over 2,000 stores across North America with annual revenues exceeding $100 billion. But Bernard's legacy isn't just about numbers, he's a testament to resilience and the power of vision. When faced with failure, he didn't quit. He pivoted, and in doing so, he changed an entire industry. So what can you take away from Bernard Marcus's journey? Perhaps you're facing your own setbacks right now. Maybe you've been fired, rejected, or told your ideas aren't good enough. Bernard's story proves that these moments aren't the end, they're the beginning. If you have a vision and the determination to see it through, no obstacle is insurmountable. Have you ever wondered what you could achieve if you turned your failures into opportunities? Bernard Marcus did it, and so can you. If you found inspiration in this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs a reminder that success is just one bold step away. Until next time, keep dreaming big and building your own empire.